Tell me you want me. 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 Tell me you don't want me. Tell me you don't want me.
Yo, what's up going on, guys? It's Mac here. I'm really excited to go ahead and finish up today's validator node, the AlephZero validator node. We don't have a whole lot to do today. It's pretty much just kind of verifying that the node is up and running, and I'm going to show you guys how you can do that. And then we're going to go ahead and start registering the node to validate, because right now it's just basically an archive node. It's just running all of the data and everything to go ahead for the blockchain. But in today's episode, we're going to focus on how to go ahead and register as a validator. So let's go ahead and head over to the desktop here. And you can see on this page on the telemetry polkadot.js that we have all of the validators here on the left-hand side. And you can see that we have our main testnet node that we run as our Cryptstar company. And then we have the Cryptstar live demo here. And that is the node that we set up last time we were basically doing this. So let's go ahead and check our node itself and check and see exactly if it's running and what the node output is here. So to do that, you can just go to //run node.sh, and this has to be in your Aleph node runner folder. Okay, and then we're going to type in the name of our node, which is Cryptstar live demo. We basically typed this in at the end of the last episode, so all I had to do was press the up arrow to go ahead and load that. Press enter. Oops, sorry guys. Oh, I messed up there. Basically, you have to go to the next step here is to go to your verifying your setup, and you can actually check it out on the bottom here. Actually, that should have worked, yeah. Okay, so just copy this here, copy this first part, and then you're gonna go ahead and put in your node name. So my node name is this. Actually, that should have worked. Why isn't it? Why didn't that work? That's weird. Okay, let me check this out. Oh, sorry. Scroll down, guys. There we go. This is what I was supposed to do. Okay, so you want to go to print the logs from the Aleph node. So in order to do that, you just go docker logs. Alright, guys, I was like way off here. Not feeling super great today. Sorry, guys. I think I got like a little bit of a sore throat, so not the best health, but I want to make sure we get this in. Alright. Docker logs, and it is Cryptstar live demo. There we go. Docker logs Cryptstar live demo. Here we go. So you can see here basically the logs from the node, and you can see that the node is synced. basically these little numbers here, these are the block numbers. This one that starts with 8511 whatever. And once you get all the way to the bottom, you can kind of see that here. You can compare that to the Polkadot telemetry website. You can see the block number right here. It starts with 8572725, and this is the block number right here as well. So basically, it's going to keep loading this until it gets up to that number. All right, so let's go ahead and make the node validate. So in order to do that, you just head over to the Aleph validating on AlephZero website, docs.alephzero.org. Then you can head down. You can register as a validator here. So you fill in this little form, and it's pretty simple. Register as a validator here. And you can enter your email. So I just enter my email and then certify that I'm 18 years older. I'm just going to use a burner address, I guess. Here, let me go ahead and enter my email. I don't want to show this on YouTube because the bots will pick it up and go crazy. So let me go ahead and blur this out real quick. I'm putting in my email right here. All right, now they're going to send me an OTP message to my. So you can see here they sent an OTP message to my inbox. So I'll go ahead and check that out now. And you're gonna put that the four number OTP number here. Okay, so 1017. Okay, and now, well, okay. So validator name. So what we can do is you can unblock the screen. What you can do here basically is you can type in the validator name. So the validator name will be Cryptstar Live Demo, and the description will say it's gonna be Cryptstar's second testnet node. And from there, we can go to put in your website, https cryptstar.com, www.cryptstar.com. And yeah, you can go ahead and head out down here, and you can press in your Twitter address. My Twitter address is Cryptstar Mac. Here we go. Cryptstar Mac. There we go. Okay. Now we can head over to save. Okay, testnet become a validator, your account, and then you press the little plus button here. And from there, you need the peer ID, the public key, and the signed message. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to get these three items. It's pretty simple. What you can do is head over to signing message. So in order to get this, the easiest way to get these peer ID, public key, and signed message, you're supposed to be able to see it in the Docker logs, but I couldn't get it to work. So someone pointed out in the Discord chat, you could basically just use this signer.sh, and it'll pop out these three things you need. So we'll head over to iTerm, and we'll go ahead and paste. There we go. So I got my peer ID, which is here, this number right here. So copy that. And this isn't like a private key or anything. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. Peer ID, which goes here in the testnet data. And then you got the public key here, there. And then the signed message right here. And I don't think any of this is, oh, sorry. Signed message right here. And so you just copy and paste that right there. And then you just go ahead and press send. And boom, bam. You are registered as, or you are basically, what do you call it? You are applying to become a validator. Now, you still have one more step in order to become a validator on AlephZero, and that requires you to go to the Polkadot substrate portal and do some stuff here. So I'll show you guys how to do that right now. And if you guys want to follow along the tutorial, they have a tutorial for this as well. So right here. So from here, you go to set, where's it at? Sorry, just a second, guys. Making the node validate, registering as validator. Making the node validate. This is what we want to do right here. Okay, so you have to scroll. This whole page basically shows you how to make the node validate. So in order to do this, you sync the node right. We did that. Create the stash. We bonded. So we did create the stash yesterday, I believe. Let me go ahead and check. Actually, we didn't create a stash yet, I don't think. So go to staking here. And from there, you can go to your accounts. And you can see I have the validator here and validator here. And now all you have to do is, oh, it is staked. So I am staked right now, actually. So just in order to go ahead and do the next step, we'll head over to, let's just do that here. The next step is to generate the session keys. Um, yeah, this is the easiest way. So in order to generate the session keys, I don't recommend doing this part here unless you can run the node and you have like a web interface you can use on your node. Because my node right now, as you can see, it's on Ubuntu or Debian, and I don't have like a, what do you call it, like a web GUI. I can't use the website, so I can't do this step anyways. And I don't really want to install a GUI or on my I don't want to install Genome or anything like that on this PC. So what I want to do is just go ahead and use curl, and this will get me the stuff you need for that. Okay, this will get you the session keys. So just go to iterm, press paste here, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and this gets you the session ID and stuff you need. Go ahead and register the node on Polkadot substrate. Okay, so from there, just go to network, staking, and account section. So we did that. After you've successfully set your keys, you'll see the validated button next to your stash. So you see? So let's go ahead and change session keys. Oh, sorry, this is AlephZero Testnet, right? Okay, yeah. So from here, what we want to do is, sorry, just a second. Okay, so we want to actually, what we want to do is we want to add a stash. And I can't remember if we did that last time, but we might be able to do it this time. So here, it looks like you can see our controller account should not set multiple addresses. So let's go ahead and change this to the stash account. The stash account I want to be the validator, and like I mentioned last time, the master account, the controller account, I want to be the other address because it says it doesn't recommend that you have both accounts do the same thing, right? So you don't want to have the validator also be the master of the account or the controller of the account. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and bond the 250,000 AlephZero. Okay. And we're just going to press bond here. And I'll put in my password and sign and submit. There we go. Okay. So now we are staked, basically, right? So our next step from there, after we're staked, and we got our session keys just now. So now we need to set our session keys. So network staking accounts, you should see a set session keys option now. Okay. So here, session key. Oh, look right there. Okay. So keys from rotate keys. Okay. So this is basically a key output from your node that you installed that's running and it's completely synced with the network, right? We did all of that. So now you have the session keys, and that's basically right here, this number right here. You can just copy and paste that. Boom, boom. And if you guys didn't see, I'll go ahead and show you again. This one right here. Okay. And then hit session. And we have to unlock it with your password. And that's pretty much it. Boom, boom, boom. And now, once you have that step done, you've set the session keys. You can see you can't set the session keys anymore. The button's gone. So yeah, you're pretty much set. You just gotta wait for the AlephZero team to get back to you and say that you're basically allowed to validate. And I think they basically just whitelist your address, your validator address. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and let me think. Let me go ahead and switch over to the thing here, and I'll just talk briefly about building from the sources. This is a recommended way if you want to kind of get more in depth about your node configuration. So building from sources is not that hard. They recommend that you do it with the Nix installation. They don't recommend Docker or Cargo. I wouldn't do either of these ones, but they don't recommend Cargo, at least I think it says here. This is not the recommended way. So I built with the Nix on my other setup, and that seemed like the easiest way, right? And then also setting the environment and variables. This is really great if you have an external hard drive. Like say you have an NVMe external with like like maybe a USB 3 or something. I think the max is 6 gigabits speed for a USB-C, but I think that's fine for AlephZero. It seems to run fine, at least on the testnet. I wouldn't run it on mainnet, but for the testnet, if you want to use an external hard drive, it might be an easier way for some of you guys out there who can't afford to get a really expensive server. Just buy an external SSD card, and then yeah, you can use this technique to build your node that way. What you do is basically you can just change your base path directory, and yeah, one of my advanced setups is what I do is I have an internal NVMe and then I have an internal SSD, and I reroute all of my data and everything to the external NVMe. And then if something happens, like Ubuntu gets corrupted or something, I can reinstall my operating system, and then I don't have to worry about losing all my data on the NVMe hard drive. That's pretty much backed up, right? Plus, you can encrypt the NVMe hard drive if you want to. So you can keep all your sensitive data on the NVMe, and then Ubuntu is just the other hard drive is just the operating system. So this is a really great setup if you want to do that. Also with this setup, you can change the ports. Oh, and speaking of ports, let's go ahead and cover a little bit about port security. So since I'm running it on Ubuntu, right, you should actually probably install UFW, which is the Ubuntu firewall built in. If you install that, then it'll block all the ports. Then you have to open up all of the different ports for the Aleph node. But since this is testnet, I'm not really super worried about security for my Ubuntu node right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to probably wipe this hard drive and run it on a more secure location, just a test for you guys. So yeah, and nothing else really to talk about, I guess. Yeah, you make the directory, download it. This is really nice also because building from the sources, the advantage is that you can download the chain in advance, and so you can just it's about 50 gigabytes, so it's a huge download, right? And the advantage of building from the sources is that you can basically download this in advance, and you can also take backups and kind of know how things are running. But if you build it with Docker, then it's really hard to kind of configure and figure out how to store the node. And every time you want to reinstall the AlephZero, you have to basically re-download the node chain data and everything. So it takes a long time each time you want to do it. So yeah, installing from binary, installing from source is the easiest way, I think. It's a little bit harder than Ubuntu, than Docker, but it's definitely worth, I think, the hardness level. And I think I'm gonna do a tutorial on this as well. Just build it from sources and show you guys how to do that. All right, so I think that's all I need to cover in this video today. So if anybody watching has questions, there's one person watching right now. So if anybody has any questions, of course, leave it in the chat below. Comments are always appreciated. I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. I'm trying to dive a bit deeper into this and learn more about it myself. So any troubleshooting I can help out with, I'm here. So you guys all have a great day, and thank you for watching. Peace out.